Give me that sunshine in the dark, and it's the remedy.
Hello guys, I'm going to have a session today with one of the trainers of the gym I go to. It's going to be a push day around chest. I think it's going to be just chest, I'm not sure. He specialises in strength and conditioning and powerlifting. His name's Rhys. He knows his stuff, and I'm a firm believer in you don't know everything, so it's good to get knowledge of people that know their stuff. Even if you look at Mr. Olympia, people that train like that, they will still have a PT or a coach to make them accountable, and also so they can learn more things. I'm going to have a pre-workout today as well. It's going to be Muscle Mousse, Muscle Juice I think it's called. Give that a go, and I'll see you guys in a second. Hi guys, welcome back to another video commentary. In this video, what you're going to see is me training with one of the personal trainers at the gym I go to. He's a strength and conditioning coach, and he does a lot of powerlifting. So one of my main weaknesses, as I have mentioned before, is my lack of flexibility. So in this session, what he got me doing was at least, it was around about 20 minutes to half an hour of stretching, foam rolling, as quite a lot of the times what I suffer from is pains right deep in either in the shoulder or in my back or chest. So we started off, as you can see, by using a really hard, it's like a tennis ball or like a foam rolling ball. You can buy them from a lot of sports shops, and he had me put it into various positions and roll about on it, sort of massage out the muscle tissue. And as you can see from the from my face, it isn't comfortable. It's very uncomfortable and it is quite painful. But if you get used to doing it, you get used to doing the stretches, then it becomes slightly easier and easier. But after doing this for one session, I've since done it either every day or every other day. I have noticed a big difference. One, in my flexibility, and two, actually doing it, it's causing me less pain. So the reason I'm working on my flexibility and doing all these stretches, because I don't want to be or getting bigger and then all of a sudden losing my lack of mobility, or not being able to play certain sports that I enjoy playing, like rugby. So this should help us also towards my compound lift. So it should help my bench, it should help my deadlift, and it should also help my squat, and also any other moves that I'm doing with the certain muscle groups. Now, I'm not a power lifter, however, I do think that I have a target in my head of each compound lift and the weights that I want to lift. So I want to get to that goal, and I'll be open and say my goal for my bench is to be able to do 140. I'd love to be able to do 120 for my sort of reps, for repetitions, but for my sort of 1 rep max, for a show of force, I would want to be able to do at least 140 on the bench. But I know it's difficult. I know it's quite. I need to have a certain training plan sort of in place, quite a linear one, and I'm going to give myself around about 6 months. So I want in 6 months' time, I want to be looking back at this, and I want to now be able to do 140 kilos. I want to be able to do around about 200 on the squats or on my squat, and I would love to be able to get around about 250 to 260 on my deadlift. Obviously in 6 months' time I'm going to be a little bit lighter, or maybe a fair bit lighter than what I am now, so hopefully those weights are accurate, and we'll see. And hopefully I'll look back in 6 months and I'll be able to put a video up and show you the transition. So what are my goals at the minute? So my goals are, long-term goal, August 2017 is my first bodybuilding competition. Short-term goals, I want to bulk up a little bit more, maybe about another 3-4 kilos, so between 6 and 8 pounds, and then start a maintenance just to keep that sort of weight, and then hopefully in sort of March, April time start stripping down. But bearing in mind this is the first time I've ever done this, I know how to diet, and I'm quite consistent with my food. However, I'm giving myself plenty of time, so I know if I hit sort of any hurdles along the way. So if I plateau too early, if I peak too early, or if I need extra assistance, you know, adding cardio in, dropping more calories, things like that, it's gonna be a massive learning curve for me. So I haven't actually talked much about the stretches that you can see on the video. That is partly because I know what they're stretching, I don't know why. So I don't know the sort of the biology behind it, but I know why I'm doing it. That's basically just from asking Rhys and him telling me. So you can see the stretches from the video. I would advise maybe watching through it and giving it a go. It really has helped, and it really does make a difference. So the proof's in the pudding. You test it. If you don't like it, it doesn't work for you, fair enough. However, it might work for you, and you might find it brilliant. You may use it every day. And take it from someone who rarely stretched and has been training now for around about 2 years. It really, really, really makes a difference. And if you're just starting, or if you're halfway through, or if you've been training for years, I would advise still stretching properly and efficiently, foam rolling out, because if you train 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week, it's going to take a toll on your muscles. It's going to take a toll on your joints as well. So you need to make sure you're stretching and keeping that flexibility and that mobility, especially for me, so especially around your shoulders, because my shoulders, and from who I speak to at the gym, a lot of the problems that people have are with the shoulders. So the main bulk of the work with this session was a flat bench press. We did, however, do some accessory work. So we did some incline press, we did some eccentric flies, we did some dips, some tricep work. We did a fair bit, but I have only recorded the chest press. This is basically to see the process Rhys goes through, that I now go through before I start my benching, so my actual sets. So you can see he starts with a band around the bar, which basically lets you use sort of maximum effort with sort of limited resistance. But you can see from his form right now, he's a very powerful guy, and you'll see it throughout the video. We then move on to putting a sort of lighter weight on, so sort of 50% or 60, 70, whatever it is, percent of your 1 rep max, and we do sort of 5 reps of it. So he then moves on, or we move on to heavier weights. He's doing 120 there, and I'll move on to 100. The aim is to practice my technique and to reduce and get rid of that bounce I tend to do when I'm lifting the weight. So throughout the session, my bounce actually does go, and it does improve a lot. We also worked on my positioning for my feet, my hands, and my lockout of my arms. This was all because there were slight changes that he made, because there were slight weaknesses, to see if it would make it better, and it did. It felt a lot better. It felt a lot easier as well. One thing he did pick up on and did change was the fact that I was bringing the bar too close to my neck, so it needs to be around about nipple height, or the sort of nipple length, and I was bringing it just a little bit too high, which was causing a little bit of pain in my shoulder, which hence could have caused the pain in the sort of the past presses I've done. The next sort of clip, you'll see the quick clip, you'll see him actually sort of pointing it out to me and telling me where he wants it to be. And the clip after, I will cut the commentary for about a couple of seconds, and you'll see Rhys doing his final lift, which I think is around about 95% of his 1 rep max. Yeah, the battery's about to die, so I'll leave you with this final lift. So I'm going to end the commentary here, guys. The last thing I'm going to say is that it is very helpful to go with a trainer, or at least train with somebody who's got that extra knowledge. It was brilliant, really worthwhile doing, and I learnt a hell of a lot in one sort of session than I have done in the sort of past couple of months. So enjoy the rest of the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Take care. Right guys, chest day just done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to the description to this guy right there. It's going to be in the description, and his website's there and his mobile number, so if you need to contact him, click on it and let me know what you think. Morning YouTube. So today we have quite a busy day, so let's get on with it. Right, it's time to get this sorted out. Done.
Give me that sunshine in the dark, and it's the remedy.